Hey everybody, it's Joe Delera, and I've got a couple of my favorite player prop bets for Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat. The first play that I'm looking at is Al Horford to go over 1.5 steals plus blocks. I like this play because Al Horford has seen his minutes to continue on an upward trajectory in these 3 games that Boston has won, as they've evened up the series at 3 games apiece. And in Game 6, he played 31 minutes, which was the most minutes of any Boston big. I expect Boston to continue using him and playing him big minutes in a Game 7 where they're looking to head on to the NBA Finals. Couple the minutes issue with the fact that even though he hasn't been the best offensively so far this series, what he does bring is defensive versatility and a little bit of offensive versatility as well, and that kind of keeps him on the floor. His ability to play effectively in a variety of different schemes is really helpful. He can play a little bit of zone, he can play some switching, he can drop, and that's all very important against this Miami Heat team. So what we've noticed as well is Horford has had over 2 or more stocks in 2 straight games and in 4 of 6 this series. And even dating back to last year, he's been very successful on this number, recording 2 or more in 9 of 12 games against Miami. As long as his minutes are there as well, he's really performed, and he has gone over this line in 84% of playoff games this season as the number 1 big for this Boston Celtics team. I like him to go over 1.5 stocks. The second play that I'm looking at is Duncan Robinson to go over 7.5 points. The reason I like this is that he kind of split his minutes pretty evenly with Max Strus, but in the fourth quarter of Game 6, he really turned it on. Duncan Robinson played the entire fourth quarter, and it was one of the most successful offensive quarters for that Miami Heat team. And when we look at Duncan Robinson, it really just comes down to a minutes play. Is he playing the minutes? Because if he does, then he scores. So far this postseason, when he's played over 15 minutes, he's 9 for 9 on this line, averaging 15.2 points per game. So he's been very successful as long as he's getting the playing time. I think in Game 7, where defenses are really going to hone in on Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, Duncan Robinson's ability to stretch the floor as a knockdown shooter will be invaluable. And his play in the fourth quarter, even though he missed a couple shots, but he was still extremely successful overall in his playing time, I think it's earned him the nod in Game 7, and I like him to go over the 7.5 points. So to recap, my 2 favorite plays for Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals are Al Horford over 1.5 stocks and Duncan Robinson over 7.5 points. Best of luck on your wagers today, and enjoy the rest of your Mondays. Happy Memorial Day too.